was this unknown kid with a backpack who stole the show.
Swish, swish, swish.
Before Backpack Kid would clock in almost 1 million subscribers on Instagram at the time of this recording.
Backpack Kid!
Now, Backpack Kid is in New York. Like the Pied Piper, he leads his fans through Times Square.
Before Backpack Kid would team up with Katy Perry for her performance on SNL and in her music video for Swish Swish.
Funny, my name keeps coming at your mouth, 'cause I stay.
Before Michael McCrudden would give a shout out to Backpack Kid and his dancing hot dog before their famous video, which Russell Horning would react to. But what has happened this month has been unprecedented success for an emoji, and it will likely put the Backpack Kid out of work. The new feature available,
and it will likely put the Backpack Kid out of work.
Hey bro, what are you doing? Put me down. Stop.
I knew it was a competition. I knew it was.
Now some of you guys may be experiencing deja vu because I've previously done it before their famous video on Backpack Kid, which clocked in 2 million views. For this follow-up, Russell took the time to do a little interview with me. First up, I asked him what he thought of the original video.
I was actually surprised of how accurate it was.
Boom! Take that, Keemstar. A lot has been going on with Russell since his rise to fame. He's been rubbing shoulders with some serious A-listers, including Katy Perry, Tom Hanks, The Rock, Scarlett Johansson, the Migos, and he's even had another social media star sliding into his DM. I'm talking about Whoa Vicky. You remember her, right?
I went on Ancestry.com and I found I'm 25% black. And this whole time I knew it. I knew I was a black girl.
What's going on, guys? My name's Michael McCrudden, documenting the life and career of Russell Horning, aka the Backpack Kid, here for you on Before They're Famous.
Yo, it's the Backpack Kid here. Yeah, you already know. This is my Before They Were Famous.
For the full interview with Russell, be sure to check it out on my second channel, McCrudden Entertainment. A link is down below. Russell Horning was born on December 19, 2001 in the Atlanta suburb of Lawrenceville, Gwinnett County, Georgia. Russell has 2 older brothers, one is in the military and the other one is in college, and he has a little sister Jill who's been featured on his Instagram posts. As for his parents, well, I'll let Russell tell you about his mom and his dad.
My mom runs her own business. It's a balm company, and she sells balm. I guess that's what you would do in a balm company.
I had to ask, what do Russell's parents think of his online fame?
My mother is pretty supportive, but my father doesn't really like the hip-hop kind of culture that I'm into. So he's just kind of like, it's just my son.
Now his mom working in the bong business, clearly she earns a few cool points around the house. Now growing up, Russell described himself as a class clown of sorts.
Have you always been like a class clown?
Oh yeah. I've been that weird kid in class every year.
Prior to dancing, Russell tried out a few other hobbies. He was a rapper who performed at school talent shows, and he also played sports.
And math is the best one of all. It's easy to remember, so your brain cannot be small.
Before I started Instagram at all, I played football for 2 years. I sprained my finger trying to catch a football, and after that I quit football, and then I play a lot of video games as well.
Growing up in the suburbs of Atlanta, Russell surrounded himself with a diverse crew of friends. He wasn't the most popular kid in school, but those he was close with were his ride or dies. In his Instagram bio, the Backpack Kid makes it clear that he wants to end racism. So I asked him more about this.
You want to end racism? That's what you're after?
I'm trying my best. I mean, I might not succeed, but at least I'm trying.
What do you mean? Do you witness a lot of that growing up in Atlanta?
Oh yeah, all the time. I've been hearing stories about like white people going to the hood and then they're getting shot up, or a black person going to a white area of Atlanta and then they get shot up, and then white cops shooting black citizens that do nothing wrong. And that's just not right.
Russell had no idea what he wanted to be when he got older. He just liked to entertain others, but had no idea how to turn that into a career. He would practice dance moves with his friends on the regular, but he realized pretty early on that he wasn't the best one out of all his friends.
It's on the hill, R.I.P. till one, the rest of the cliff for deal. But daddy back out, you don't up. He scraped the pot, I was in the hood. My mama stayed on Glenwood.
It was while attending summer camp during the summer of 2014 that Russell found what would become his claim to fame and his signature dance move, which he originally titled the Russell.
With our favorite rockets coming through.
Russell didn't idolize any particular celebrity, it wasn't until he got on Instagram, opening his account in September of 2016, that he began to find other creators who were gaining a following entertain their viewers through dance.
I didn't really have anybody as my role model. I didn't know a lot of famous people that were into the same things that I was into, like Ayo and Teo, all of them, all those dancers. I didn't know any of them before I started Instagram. So I just kind of did my own thing.
Russell worked long and hard on his own dance moves until he finally came up with his now signature move. Russell created the hashtag #IGotSkills challenge. He also figured out it was funniest to keep a straight face and move as fast as he could while doing the Russell. He continued to upload his content to Instagram, and it wasn't long before his crazy dance moves would begin to get him some serious attention. That video was reposted by Rihanna on December 7th of 2016 when she heard word that she had been nominated for 8 Grammy Awards for 2017. And that video of Russell, well, it clocked in over 7 million views. All of a sudden, Russell's Instagram account jumped to 200,000 followers, and Russell tried to diversify his dance moves, trying out different things.
I've tried to create other moves since that one, but they just didn't blow up like the flossing did.
From there, Russell would decide to stick with what worked best.
It really blew up after Rihanna posted me on her page, December of 2016. So it's been almost a year since I really got big.
Soon the trend was catching on with others trying to master Russell's swanky ass moves.
Move your hips and dance like fish.
Russell's popularity was growing exponentially. All of a sudden, he was collaborating with those he had long looked up to, including Ayo and Teo.
I got 20 chains on me, they gon' chill just like some deal.
It wasn't long after that he got a call from Katy Perry's people to perform with her on stage at SNL.
Katy gave it a go backstage and failed. Russell captioned the video, "When your mom tries to look cool."
She actually told me to put that as the caption. I didn't really get it. And then people were commenting, "Is Katy Perry really your mom?" I was like, okay, not really.
The May 20th, 2017 episode of SNL that Russell appeared in was a star-studded event. He got to hang out not only with the cast, but also the creme de la creme of Hollywood.
Katy Perry was really nice. She acts just like a normal person like you and me. The Rock, I pretty much just shook his hand and I was on my way. I didn't really talk to him very much, but he was funny. The Migos I didn't talk to very much. I really liked the Migos. And I was like, oh my god, Migos are here, Migos are here, Migos are here. And they're in the dressing room right next to me, and I was afraid to even leave the room because if one of them were to leave the room at the same time, I'd probably freak out.
Also there that night was Tom Hanks, Scarlett Johansson. The kid had it made. Following this performance, Russell had to return to a normal 15-year-old life, but he was no longer just your average grade 10 student.
Back in the day, I was kind of isolated and only hung out with people outside of school. And then after I started Instagram and people started coming, "Hey, you're kind of cool."
All of a sudden, Russell was the coolest kid in school, with everyone wanting a shout out on his Instagram account. Russell knew who his true friends are and were, and was careful not to let his newfound fame get to his head.
So how do you handle that? How do you handle that kind of popularity at school?
I try to remain as normal as I possibly can, and the more I hang out with my friends, the more I feel like the less of a chance I'll be going Hollywood, and I do not want that to happen.
On top of all this, Russell had also caught the attention of another Atlanta-based Instagram star, and they're roughly around the same age.
Yeah, this is one girl on Instagram. Her name is Whoa Vicky. I don't know if you know her. And she DM'd me one day. She was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" I was like, "What?" She's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Nothing." She was like, "Where do you live?" And then I said Atlanta, and she said, "Oh, true." And I was like, what is happening?
I asked Russell if he has a girlfriend, and he had this to say.
I plan to keep my options open for whatever happens.
Playa. I guess that's a no for Whoa Vicky. Anyway, the internet had become obsessed with Backpack Kid, a name bestowed on Russell following his debut on SNL by just some random dude on Twitter.
After Saturday Night Live, people started calling it flossing, so I was like, okay, it's called flossing now.
Russell made such a great impression with Katy Perry that she flew out Russell to LA to appear in her official music video for Swish Swish.
Backpack Kid was voted least valuable player 3 years in a row.
With Russell's career taking off, it was decided that he would start doing some of his high school classes online, which might sound great, but it means that Russell would be missing out on his favorite class.
All right, what's your favorite class in school?
Lunch. It's every Tuesday and Thursday at school. We have like hour lunches, so like we just go outside with all my friends and we just make videos.
I decided to ask Russell more about school and what his plans are if he doesn't make it as an entertainer.
Do you plan on going to college yourself?
My career is just getting bigger and bigger and better and better. I don't think I really have a need to go to college. I'm going to finish high school and then see how it goes from there.
All this wasn't to work out. What would you plan on? Would you join the military?
Oh, no. Have you seen my arms? I forgot what I wanted to do before I started Instagram because I didn't try to become so big. It just happened. I had no dreams, I had no idea. It just happened. I was like, okay, if this doesn't work out, I don't know what I would want to be, but hopefully it'll work out.
As for the future, while Russell is constantly being flown to LA and New York for appearances, he's working directly with YouTube on their new live objectives, and he's got an upcoming tour traveling to colleges throughout the US.
They can't get enough of his deadpan expression and his signature stiff arm dance.
As for the rest of the story, well, we'll have to wait and see because this is before they're famous. My name's Mike McCredden, and a special thanks to Russell Horning for taking the time to help out with this video. We do all sorts of bios, so let me know who's next in the comments down below. You can also find me on Instagram or Twitter. Sometimes I dance on there as well. See you guys in another video.
When somebody says they have fans, it just makes them kind of seem like a butthole.